Hi everybody, Bryn Walker. I think most of you know me. I'll do this as quick and as well as I can. Let's start with wins. I'm going to echo what Claire said. I think the biggest win our business has had this year was Claire finding me and inviting me on to EIP. I've met a bunch of amazing people. I mean, our business was doing okay, but since I've joined EIP, or since I was invited to EIP, it's just absolutely gone through the roof. I think, bless every one of you here, I've done business with every one of the people on panels. You all now recommend me to your clients, which is absolutely amazing. Claire recording the talk I did on the fact that you can buy supported living properties within a pension scheme that she recorded, and I put that online. All of a sudden I'm getting calls from property and SaaS groups all over the country, like, can you come and do a talk for us? Can you come and do a talk for us? Claire McNeil introducing me to her pal and client, Paul Million. Paul managing to drag me out to my first live chat for, I think, 18 to 20 months. Thought it would be a small group. I turned up, the room is absolutely rammed with 70 people in there. Scared the bejesus out of me. I talking live's bad anyway to like 12, but 70 people in the room. I was absolutely really nervous and scared. And the feedback I got from it afterwards was, you've absolutely smashed that, Bryn. Can you come and do talks here, there and everywhere? So over the past 4 months, as most of you know, I'm out 1 or 2 days a week doing chats about SaaS. I've got 64 booked already for next year, which is just utterly amazing. And it's all thanks to this group. I'm just over the moon. We've had an absolutely huge year. In terms of challenges, let's start with that. Thanks to you guys, miraculously, a tiny little trustee business that I run called Indigo Trustees was doing 12.5% of all UK SaaS business done over the summer. It was absolutely astonishing and remarkable. Great, really, happy. It comes with its own challenges. You've got to administer that. And then we had the disastrous news that the person that does everything that I don't do in the business, our head of operations, just didn't turn up to work for 3 days. No idea, no idea why. And we got a message from her husband that said she's in hospital, she's nearly died, and she's actually not going to be coming back to work, like, ever. And we're doing 12.5% of all UK business, and it's coming flying in, and she's the one that administers everything. Now, I mean, people at this level, I mean, she has a 3-month handover contract. If she decided to leave, she has to give us 3 months to find a replacement, because there's probably about 20 people in the country that could do her job. They don't grow on trees and they're not cheap. And then obviously there should be a handover period, the way they've done it versus the way we do it. And we had none of that. There was just no head of operations, which was a hell of a challenge. Amazing, I've overcome it through relationships. I'm lucky enough to have done this job for 20 years and been in this industry for 30, so I do know a lot of people. So I actually reached out to another SaaS administrator, somebody that actually does the same thing as we do, but on a much smaller scale. And I asked them how busy they were, and he said, not very. And I said, would you be interested in stepping in to the role as head of SaaS administration for us, and you can carry on running your own business as well, and I'll trust you professionally that there's going to be no competition in terms of any element of that. It was quite a sell to David, our owner, because he's a solicitor of 45 years standing, was a little bit worried about the various legal issues, but we managed to overcome that. So I'm delighted that Paul Stewart joined us mid-November and has been working 17 hours a day since to try and catch up with all the work that was missed off after Lorraine left. I mean, actually, I think we're going to, from a point of view of a challenge, I think we're going to turn that into an absolutely massive win, because Paul's brought his 30 years of experience into the industry, into our company as well. So we now have 2 SaaS people, both with 30 years of experience in doing this. And I think we've probably got the best offering now in the UK going forwards, and I'm unbelievably proud of that. unbelievably. In terms of achievements, probably thanks to this group and some of the wins that we've had, Indigo have gone from sort of unheard of, a little SaaS player off on the side, to one of three companies mentioned every time somebody online talks about SaaS. It's either Indigo, Retirement Capital, or Empowered, and we all get mentioned together, which is phenomenal. That's also allowed me to help some of you guys by the introductions I've made. I mean, Claire mentioned the Lars Singleton one, which is phenomenal. And I introduced Christy and Simon to pretty much everybody I meet, and they've absolutely smashed every introduction I've ever given them out of the park. I'm trying that with Tina as well, and with Trish, because this networking that Claire has built is amazing. I trust and love every person here. It's a phenomenal group. So thank you all for coming. Learnings, I've had loads. It's been a year of immense learning for me. You know, some of you know I say this quite well. I say it in a funny way, but you know, I've got chips on both my shoulders. I'm a feisty brummie at times, but this year's really taught me that collaboration is far more important than competing. When we collaborate together, amazing things happen. So, you know, Lars, Dave Nicklin and myself are now working together in something called SaaS Hubs, which has never been done in the UK before. That's a group of administrators working together to find solutions together to problems, to work together with clients, to do things like REITs, which we really think will change the face of UK property and pension investing for the better going forwards, all in supported living or supported housing, thanks to Si, Christy, Trish, the amazing people that I've met here. So that's a really huge learn is forget your chips, Bryn, and start to collaborate. There's some really good people around. On top of that, I've learned that most property people are actually great and honest, which wasn't perhaps something that I anticipated going forward when I came into this, because you hear a lot of horror stories about property and a lot of horror stories about landlords, but actually I found that 95%, if not more, people I come across are absolutely fantastic, and they've all got a lovely story and they all really care, and I think that's brilliant. Some of you know I'm quite ill, so another learn is I do need to take more breaks. I think that's really important. Trish did a great talk on burnout, which I think I'm suffering from. So I definitely need to be kinder to myself next year, because another one of my challenges is I do work too hard. If there's work there, I will work, and I'll work until there's no work there, which just doesn't work. I've got to accept that there's always going to be work, and that I have to be able to leave my desk and go, I will do that tomorrow. And like I said, be kinder to myself is probably a massive learn. Plans for 2022 is just do more of the same. Try and collaborate with as many people as I possibly can, spread the word, make as many introductions as I can. And it's sort of my new phrase, which I know I've pinched from something in the past, is pay it forwards. If I pay it forwards, what comes back to me is just incredible. It's immense. So, you know, that's my plan for 2022 is keep telling everybody I meet that you lot are absolutely brilliant. And, you know, I think what we can do together by collaborating, I think we're going to change the face of UK in some really positive ways. And that is solely thanks to EIP and Claire. So thank you. Thank you very much.